All right, we're back. So the day has dawned. What do you all do?
I look around to see if I'm still being followed by a vicious beast.
Roll investigation again.
19.
What are you afraid of?
No, man. You know exactly.
I don't know what happened.
You don't see anything or hear anything, and this time your anxiety level goes down a little bit.
I don't know what happened, but something crazy happened last night, and I could have sworn it was going to kill us all. Oh, me mostly. I don't care what happened after that, but I think we're safe now. Good.
Something crazy happened last night.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's go.
Mirwin, Worth is being a candy. What happened last night?
Remember that time that
There's a lot of times.
we found Tinkerbell?
Oh yeah, and then it was it changed linged in from the prophet or whatever his name was.
Yeah, the weird guy.
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I saw him again or heard him or something, but I guess I didn't.
Well, we have Tinkerbell right here. The dude is following us. Sadie, get off the table.
And remember also you two saw him additionally on your island where your castle is or your keep is. Yep, that other time.
Yeah, we saw him multiple times.
Told you were on the path, and then that one other time where you viewed him on the road to Hammercrest. So you get a distinct sense that he has. You get the feeling that he's somehow followed you all the way to the Isle of Giants.
But it's not the flipping horse.
I go over to Tinkerbell.
He wants the horse back.
Tinkerbell looks at you, kind of.
Pat it on the snout. So, Tinkerbell, Pilgrim, or whatever you call yourself. Instead of being creepy and weird, you could just tell us what you're looking for and maybe offer us some sage advice. And that would be cool.
Tinkerbell.
Instead of this whole like sneaking around thing that you're doing.
Tinkerbell looks at the ground and kind of sniffs it and chomps a little bit of grass.
I look at the ground. Are there any arcane writings on the ground where Tinkerbell snuffled?
You see grass and a little bit of marks where she chewed up a little bit of grass.
Warith, come look at this. There's some marks on the ground here.
Yeah. I walk over and I give Tinkerbell a carrot.
Look
at the marks. Then I go to the back.
Just these. Do they
the
look
bag
like
and I Shala? Shala? And I grab one of the gourd tuber things out and toss it at her. Who's a pretty bird? Pretty bird.
Absolutely devours it. Tinkerbell poops. Huge.
I pet Tinkerbell. Don't worry, you're still my special girl, Tinkerbell.
Worth, I think your love for that animal is blinding you to the truth.
The truth that you're insane?
Not insane. There is mounds of evidence. Every single time that we have seen the Pilgrim, we've also seen Tinkerbell within the next.
Every time we've seen the Pilgrim, I've been around too. Maybe I'm a changeling. Maybe I'm putting myself in two different places. Maybe it's an illusion.
No, that's stupid.
Don't give him any ideas. Oh, doesn't believe that one.
It's just all so convenient that we're hauling this horse around, and also this dude is following us as well. So, it all makes sense. It's not Vissa. Vissa was right there with us when we saw the Pilgrim.
Vissa is not a changeling, you all.
I'm just saying, have you ever seen Tinkerbell and the Pilgrim in the same room at the same time?
No, because we've never seen it inside.
It's always been outside.
Yeah, no, the answer was no.
You're right. We haven't. Moving on now.
Brecken feeds Fabian and gets the wagon ready to go. He hooks Fabian into the cart and says, "Well, shall we be about it?"
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, you wind your way out of this small pass that led to the gully, and back out onto that into the middle of that pass, which you've been kind of following as a road. It's not a road at all, but you continue down there through the morning. Your day passes with little anything until about 2 in the afternoon.
I would like to be looking around for any eyes on us. Any signs of a poacher cloaked in white?
Yes, roll perception.
I would also like to look around.
Natural 1.
You see absolutely nothing, and you accidentally, when you like, while you're trying to look, you accidentally smack Shala, and she goes and
Oopsies.
and picks, just kind of smacks you a little bit.
I hold the spear point towards it.
I wouldn't antagonize that thing.
Antagonizing it. I am. If
You're
it
pointing a
charges
weapon
me,
at it.
it's going to impale itself if it charges me. But I'm backing up.
Well, then we'll never be able to return to the giant people. 'Cause
What you back, and it puffs out its chest, asserting dominance over you.
I reach into the bag and grab a gourd tuber. Shala,
Potato.
Shala. And I toss it another fruit. Fruitable.
Are you calling it all the wrong names on purpose?
The word tuber does not come to mind easily, and I keep trying to call it a gourd.
I thought it was
And
a sour
Tilla.
potato.
This is called Attila.
You said gourd, potato, or gourd, vegetable, and then fruit.
Because the word tuber is not coming so easily, so it's whatever plant thing pops into my
Just
head.
imagine purple French fries, and then they're potatoes.
First. You know what? If I try to call it a potato, I'm probably going to say tomato. Because that's just the way my brain works.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you rest of you. Are you guys rolling perception too?
Oh yeah.
What are you
13.
doing?
Oh, wait. Did I have a thing?
18.
Warith, slightly off the path you're on, you notice a little bit of snow that looks like it's been not quite a footprint, but like someone tried to wipe a footprint away and accidentally left a little bit.
I reach out to feel it, like I'm sort of expert tracker.
Roll investigation.
You touch it, and the trail is lost forever.
18 again.
It looks like it heads off a little bit to the east of where you're headed.
This looks like, I tell the others, someone's tried to cover their path.
What
It
have you
looks
got
like
there?
it's heads off this way.
You've got a lead on something?
Maybe. It looks like something's tried to come through here and then cover its path. I can't tell what it was or who it was.
Giant footstep, or is that normal, regular footsteps?
I look towards the sky to ask God, is this a regular?
With that roll, you would be able to tell it's not a giant footstep by any means.
No, it's not a giant footstep.
All right, then crazy woman wasn't crazy after all. I was actually seeing something.
Oh no, I think she was crazy, but there still may be something out here. I guess we should follow the tracks.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good.
Let's head off. So you start kind of following the direction of those tracks of the track. You don't see like a series of them or anything, but you head in the vague direction of eastward from where you were, and for about an hour you see nothing more. Roll again. Now roll. Everybody roll investigation again.
Now that we have a good idea of what we're looking for.
Dang, 20.
Dang, James.
Yeah, it was a natural 20.
I got a 16.
I got a 4.
Warith, the tracker today. You see a broken twig. Just kind of looks like it was likely crushed underfoot.
You see this spew?
See what?
This twig preserved exactly as left by this creature we're following. You can tell by the way it's broken that it had a fine meal the night before, and is intent on whatever its goal may be, and it's confident. It would take quite a bit of skill and talent to get to where I am. So I'm not going to bother to explain how I got all this.
I pat Warith on the back and say, okay, buddy.
But I think we're on the right trail.
And additionally, you, with your sudden detective abilities, strike off just a short ways past the tree to see if there's anything else. And behind a thick bole of a tree, maybe about 10, 15 yards away, you spot some blood. Blood in the snow. It's the snow is sort of melting, but you see red. You see red in the snow.
Blood
Is
in
it a
the
trail
snow.
going on? Like, is it a trail I can follow, or just some
You have to
blood?
go. You have to go. Do you go over and investigate it?
I do.
Yeah. Roll investigation as you kind of bend down over this spot of blood.
18.
Look at the Worth is becoming Sherlock here. You can tell it looks like
It's a fluke.
It looks like an animal was killed here.
That
It
much
looks like an animal about maybe deer sized, like maybe a small deer was killed here.
Observe the meal that it caught and slaughtered last night, as evidenced by this blood.
Are
Only
there
a keen, trained eye could spot this.
okay, buddy.
Do
Are
you
there
think it
drag
was a
marks?
Yeti?
Nah.
I'm
What?
sure Yeti.
Man, you're rolling so good that it looks like it was dragged a short ways before the drag marks stop, and it looks like it may have been probably picked up because the drag marks stop, even though you don't really see any footprints, any obvious footprints.
I look
Well?
up in the trees. I look above us.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Roll investigation.
Into the jail. 4.
You see absolutely nothing.
I went to look up and around as well, since I see you doing it.
Yeah, you kind of look up and investigate and make investigation rolls.
It was a 9.
I had a 13.
None of you see anything at all. Just swaying branches of these gigantic fir trees.
Guess I'll die.
And the gentle wind. But the drag marks do head back. The short drag marks head back due toward the sort of open, clear path that you were following before.
We should head back towards the open, clear path. It looks like that's the direction this was going.
Yeah, okay.
You get back to that road, and continuing on, you arrive mid-afternoon at at the entrance to a cave.
Oh my.
It's decently sized, and go ahead and everybody make investigation rolls as you approach it.
I'd like to save my game here, please.
Quick save.
Investigation 18.
You can see signs.
15.
Yeah, you guys can see signs that someone has recently been around here. You see a few more, just a couple little drops of blood entering from your direction, and it looks like someone has been here recently. Just a couple of scuffs in the dirt.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, it's like it's not looking good. Whatever this creature is can haul a game without making obvious tracks, fairly clean. So we're looking at strong, stealthy, intelligent. Solitary, maybe?
Possibly.
There would be more evidence if there was more than one.
Do you think this is the whatever she saw out there, the poacher, or do you think this is something completely unrelated? We just happened upon a Yeti's kill, and we're getting sidetracked and about to be in horrible danger.
No, this doesn't scream Yeti to me. This does not scream Yeti to me. What Yeti bothers to cover their tracks?
That's true.
I don't know. He said they were smart. Maybe not as
No,
smart as people, but
He said
What
they
if-
were very smart, but they didn't. He said they don't stalk long distances.
what about
What
the other
if-
things?
You would consider yourself fairly
No.
smart, yeah?
No, he said they do stalk long distances. So perhaps, I mean, it could have been Yeti, but again, it does appear that tracks were covered. But I don't know enough about the behavior of Yetis to say if they would cover the tracks leading to their den or not.
Worth, you consider yourself intelligent, yeah?
Yes. I'm not.
And you'd consider Yetis less than intelligent than you?
Well, from what I know of them, admittedly I know very little about them, but yes, I would consider them, from what I've been told about them, less than a person.
Yeah. And we
An
have not
extremely smart animal.
That is
We
what
have
Bruno
not-
said.
considered covering our own tracks, which would have been smart for this.
Hmm.
So whatever this is smarter than a Yeti because it is smarter than us, yeah?
Not necessarily. Perhaps it's just it's simply learned something that we have not learned yet.
I like your line of reasoning.
We can head inside, I think. We have quick saved and
If
so why
anything
don't
bad
we
happens, we'll just reload.
just read this moment right here. Why don't we head inside, yeah?
I should stay out here with the carts and the animals. You take the Kula inside. Shala is down sniffing around and is reacting to this, but not overly acting in what would maybe considered a warning way.
Just kind of snuffling.
Yeah, snuffling around. She doesn't look alarmed.
What is it, Shala?
What is it?
Roll animal handling.
To me or everyone?
Lassie, you're the Beastmaster.
Whoa! Okay.
Okay, you kind of look with Shala as she sniffs around, and you get the sense that were this a beast lair, she would be acting a little more alarmed.
Hmm. I don't. Whatever this is, I don't think it's something that she would consider prey. This isn't animal. I get the sense that this is something.
Do you mean
A
predator?
person. A what?
Predator?
You mean this isn't a beast that is a predator, or do you mean a beast that is prey?
I don't think it's. I don't think it's animal. Whatever it is, I think it's people. Whatever that could entail.
Well, then let's no things to worry about, yeah? When we go inside.
Be careful in there. Watch out. I mean, you just don't know. People can still be dangerous, as we've found out. Perhaps more
Oh, yeah.
dangerous than beasts sometimes. So don't get complacent. I'll be here watching the animals. I'll blow a horn blast if anything comes upon us.
Very well. I draw my rapier.
All
Has
right.
to be out, yeah.
You head inside the
I say,
cave.
Shala, come on, let's go, Shala.
She follows along. All right. Within this cave, you enter the dark passage, completely unlit. Yeah, I know you. I know you all have dark vision.
We have
so
dark vision.
up to 60 feet. So ahead, it's dim, but your dark vision allows you to. It lights it up a little bit.
Dark vision!
It's not night vision. Infrared night vision. But the walls are get cramped and then open up a little bit. Stalactites kind of hang down, some getting in your way, and you weave about them. Hands, you can hear water trickling from somewhere ahead of you. The floor is very rocky in some places, and you kind of slide around on the rocks. Other places it's smooth, and the floor is hardened stone. And what are y'all doing?
Looking around.
Yeah,
And
walking
watching
forward, looking for something that's gonna here. I'm gonna step in.
signs of
Listening.
life or ambush.
Are you rolling in roll investigation then?
Yes, please. Or if there's any sort of like tripwires or traps.
Oh,
6.
God, I don't know what I'm doing.
6.
19.
13.
Not
You two don't see
investigate.
anything? Warith. Ahead, about 10 feet from you, there is a small, like, rope. And you can't really see what it connects to yet, but then there's like a loop in it. And it lays on a smoother portion of the floor.
Wait. There's a trap here. Look at the rope. And I want to follow the rope to wherever it connects to.
The ceiling here is tall. The ceiling of the cave here is taller, and you see that the rope is kind of there's like you see a pulley system, and a and like a net up there, and you can discern that this is one of those traps that if you step in the loop, it snaps around your ankle and pulls you up.
It Chewbacca's you.
Yeah, it Chewbacca's you. It isn't that. It is that kind of trap.
Ooh. Neat. Should we disarm the trap or should we leave it and just walk around it?
We should disarm it, yeah. We
Okay.
should at least kick it out of the way so that if we have to make a hasty retreat, we don't.
True.
Mirwin, can I use your javelin?
Don't lose it.
I'll try. I try to flick the rope using the javelin. I try to flick the rope off to the side and see if it get it to catch. And
Yeah, let's see.
Maybe that should be one of your new engineering checks.
Actually, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, make an engineering check. Rolls on intelligence.
10.
Yeah, you're able to successfully do this. The trap is disarmed, and you don't trigger it, and you are able to safely proceed.
Woo.
So
Then I
yeah,
can move forward.
intelligence. Yeah.
Carefully going on past this this now disabled trap. The cave pretty much follows one path. It doesn't really split off, but it does kind of, now it starts to wind a little bit back and forth. You see some moss dangling from the ceiling, growing on the walls, and not a whole lot else, though. You don't hear it. You don't hear any animal sounds or anything. And you continue on.
Yeah. Slowly. Watching, waiting, looking for things.
Yeah,
Roll another investigation check.
I'm keeping an eye out for traps.
Check for traps. Yeah, roll investigation to check for traps.
Ooh, 21.
Pretty good.
5.
4.
Well, at least one of
Mirwin,
us is doing good.
not far ahead, you see what you see some. What
Speak
even
of the
are
devil.
those? What even are those?
They're D4s.
What are they?
I always knew you were.
You see a few large rocks placed in an odd-ish formation, and then and some dirt, a lot of dirt between them.
That's all I see is rocks in an odd formation.
And
What
dirt.
was your roll?
A 19. Oh no, a 21.
Was it a natural 20?
No. My roll was a 19 and then I had 2.
One out behind, like under one of the rocks, you can see a tiny bit of what looks like cloth.
Do your stumpy eyes see?
Look at those rocks. They're in an
Look
unusual
with your stumpy eyes.
formation.
What did I see?
It looks, what appears to be cloth is coming out from underneath one of the rocks.
Interesting.
Look at all this dirt on the ground.
I mean, there's dirt everywhere, but there's like a lot of dirt and almost no rocks between them, which is what's strange.
I remember to hand her back her javelin. Say, here, flick it or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
over and poke at the cloth. See if I can
shield
pull
my
it out.
face from the explosion.
Okay, so you get right up
I see View shielding his face, and I do the same.
you get right up to the edge, like where the rocks are, where that rock with the cloth is, and what exactly do you do?
The
I
rock-
take the javelin and I like poke at the edge where the rock meets the ground.
You
Try to get the cloth.
So what happens is you get the point of your javelin under that rock, and like as you move it a little bit, the rock, it's pretty big. You muscle it a little bit, and it goes and it plummets into a pit, and the rest of it, and the rest of the cloth. It turns out there's a cloth with dirt over it. This brings several of the other ones falling down into it, and you see about a 10 foot deep pit with spiked wood stakes at the bottom.
Woo!
You know what? Whoever this is, I don't like them.
No.
They're genius and they're cool, but I do not like them. This is personal attack.
There's a fairly slim area on both sides that you'll be able to walk through. Like big enough for a person to pretty easily, but not a horse.
Or the bird.
The bird can go. The bird's not that big. You successfully evade the pit trap and walking up around it carefully so as not to fall in. Some more rocks and dirt fall down into the pit, and that looks like some nasty those pointed stakes that would be pretty nasty to fall onto. And you make it around successfully. The chamber of the cave narrows a little bit next, and then opens up into a little bit of a wider chamber, and there's a small bit of water in sort of a puddle, almost a little pool. It's about a foot deep, and beyond it, the tunnel narrows into the tunnel narrows again and gets a little bit straighter after this larger chamber.
I don't like the narrow bit. I want to very carefully look at the ground in front of me and the walls to see if there's a. Because now that I know there's traps everywhere, this is where I would put one. So,
check for traps. Roll investigation.
14.
You don't see any traps. It appears to be legit.
It appears to be legit, but I don't trust myself. I
will
There is
also
no-
check
There's
Alright.
no traps.
Yeah. So
because I don't
Worth
trust
is-
Worth either.
So Worth is already, you saw him look around a little bit, but Mira, when you're not
Nope.
trusting his judgment, you want to
no
go
traps
ahead.
here.
17.
Worth's
You all-
true nature.
You also don't see any traps. You're like, okay, all right, I guess Worth.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Stubby little mountain troll. Hey, we're in like your element, aren't you? Like in cave lady girl thing.
Yeah, so I know. I've noticed the pit. We didn't fall to our deaths.
Yet.
She did notice the pit.
Brecken, you're outside.
Oh wait, yeah.
Get him out there!
Charlotte does a very good impression of Brecken.
Oh
At this
yeah.
point, you've probably gone a few hundred feet into this cave and descended maybe 20 feet or so overall.
Ah, good for us. I guess I continue forward.
Let's continue forward.
All right. Passing. Who's going first? Like it's so the cave gets about is a little bit thin. About, I mean, two of you could probably pass through, but not all three at the at abreast. Who's
All right, cave girl.
I'll go first 'cause I'm a cave person.
Cave woman.
you're a cave person. All right.
I'm accustomed to the cave more than these two.
Go ahead,
Loving that cave life.
You still pretty cautiously move forward through this passage, and just you get through it, and just on the other side, it's just kind of like a momentary squeezing of the wall. Just on the other side, it opens up into a little bit of a wider passage, kind of beginning to head off left a little bit. You feel something. And before you know it, your foot hits something, and you hear a. You realize just a half second too late that you have hit a tripwire, and the next thing you hear is a. And then you see a whoosh, and this log comes dislodged from the ceiling on hooks, and swings right toward all of you. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
12.
7.
19.
So it's just coming towards you at a breakneck speed. Worth does a backflip and out of the way of it, but into you first, Mirwin, just boom, and you get knocked backward 10 feet, and you're knocked prone, and you as well, Bu, take it right in the right in
Right
the
in the
chest,
hole.
completely knocking the wind out of you. And Bu, you take 10 bludgeoning damage, and Mirwin, you take 9 bludgeoning damage.
The extra 1 point for me is when Mirwin also hit me.
Her tanky little body just thunk,
You hit by 2 logs.
and you're
Log
and you're
and a
both on
boulder.
the you're both
It
10
was-
feet back on the ground.
Was my hand recovered from the day before, or not?
Did you
That was a long rest.
did you sleep during the night?
I
Then
was on watch for half of the night.
I'll go ahead and give you that, since it was just a Kula bite. Yeah, you're recovered.
Trap damage.
Because that'll affect my damage.
Shala, by the way, was behind all of you, and was not within 5 feet.
Thanks. Overgrown.
So she like bends down to you and to Mirwin and Bu, who are on the ground, and is like,
I think she's
Okay.
wondering why you guys are on the ground and let's go. We've got more work to do.
Get away,
Yep.
bird.
Yep, I pat the beak and then I get up.
okay, you guys get up.
Is this log on ropes?
It was, yep, on ropes attached, and it was held up, and you can see on the roof of the cave, it was held up by a couple of makeshift like hooks somehow attached to the roof, and the tripwire ran up the side of the up the side, and with
It's-
the thing triggered it.
Yeah. It's still like hanging, right? In our path.
The log, yeah, it's it's in your path.
I take
Just
my dagger
there.
and I cut both the ropes and then like muscle it over to the side.
Yep, yeah, you can do that with ease.
And then I flip at the bird.
and
Hooked bird.
your chest is still just you're just still struggling to regain your breath.
Well, that was fun.
And weren't you completely unscathed just looking at these doofs?
We're asking me to go first.
Yes, I'll have to do that again.
The log trap was the best because the DC to detect it was wicked high. 1 point higher than what Carrie rolled. All right. So the cave now takes a left turn. It takes a pretty sharp left turn. And what happens next is only a few seconds after you trigger that after you trigger the log trap, you hear a bell, ding ding ding,
Oh crap!
and a few feet down from the log trap. I mean, you just. What I'm trying to say is, you hear like this. You hear this bell just echoing down the chamber.
I don't like the sounds of this.
You don't see the bell, but it's and it tolls a few times before stopping.
I would,
Is there any cover nearby?
No,
cross fingers.
no cover. But basically, if like right after you turn left here, you see a very large chamber. And it looks to be maybe the end of the cave, because you see no more passages out of it. It is illuminated by several passages of glowing mushrooms, glowing a gentle cyan blue. There are some stalactites hanging almost all the way down to the ground in a few places. And there is a fire in a pit burning low, but still a glow illuminating it. And let's see, from a lowish part of the cave, you see hanging from a rope. There is a small, very small deer-like creature. It's split open, and a bucket is beneath it, collecting the blood. You see nothing moving in here. There's just the fire is burning, but no one is there to tend it. And that is pretty much the scene. You as well see a bedroll after a little bit more examination. Little else.
Any places where things could be hiding? Scanning this room.
This room is pretty big. There's the walls slope in some places. There are some stalagmites that are thick enough to someone might be able to hide behind them. There are a lot of irregularities in the walls. So there are some places around that could theoretically hide a person.
I want to search the room thoroughly.
All right, investigation.
We've been announced, yeah, by
Yeah.
this bill.
I think they would have noticed.
Yeah, specifically, I want to look for like secret passages, holes in the wall, fabric covering a hole, or something that someone could have crawled through.
As they start to like look around, I want to call out to whoever is in this room. The giants wish for you to stop stalking them. If you attack us, we will attack you back.
I rolled a 13.
No
I
reply.
rolled a 16.
13, 16, and you receive no reply to your call.
I don't think they like you very much, Bew.
Yeah. It's a common thread.
And Carrie, what was your roll again?
16.
All right, you are about checking around this room. You look behind a couple of the thicker stalagmites. You don't see much until it's just in the glow of one of the mushroom patches. You catch sight of just like a flash of quick movement, and what you see is what appears to be like sort of a cleft in the wall of the cave that looks like it goes down and in a little bit, and that's what you see. You see a little flash of movement in there.
I want to walk towards it.
What do you two do? Do you follow her?
Yes.
Just kind of standing in the middle and watching.
All right, you two begin walking toward it then, Mirwin and Warith. You get about 10 feet from it, and you hear a voice. Aye! Not another step or the shrimpy one gets it!
Have at her.
And then you hear the sound of a bow drawing.
If she dies, you won't have time to draw again.
No, you're the shrimpy one. Look how skinny you are.
Fine then.
I was wondering who he was referring to.
And
Trust me, she's pretty angry.
You see a face poke out, and a guy with a bow, a hunting bow, it looks like, with an arrow knocked and partially drawn. And he says, "Who are you? Why are you here for me?"
Are you stalking the giants' flocks?
Oh, they're stalking the flocks, the rhinos. No, I wouldn't do such a thing. What? Why are you in my home? Why have you searched out my cave?
Because the giants think someone is stalking their flocks, and they sent us to figure out who it was.
I kind of like approach from where this is, and yeah, they sent us over here because they were paranoid about something going on.
What did
We have come to prove that there is or is not something going on. Is there something going on?
Is he dressed in white?
It's hard to see. Really, mostly you see his face and the bow. And what you see is he looks like he's a human. He's got a scraggly beard, and he's pretty grizzled looking face, hair long, and he's Yeah, he looks like he's a pretty grizzled woodsman-y kind of guy.
Mm.
But you can't see how he's dressed.
I completely understand wanting to live a life off the grid and on your own and
Grid.
all that. But the giants are hospitable. Keeping yourself a secret from them is asking for trouble, honestly.
We're just two
I-
heads in the dark.
Yes.
Yeah, you are. I
No, it works because we're in a cave.
I trouble no one. I trouble no one with my life here.
You trouble the giants.
The
They
giants. I have done nothing to them. I made a mistake.
calm yourself.
My, you see, uh, I. Why should I tell you what's what anything about myself? The giants don't like me.
Yeah, that's why they sent us here. But
No.
we do not have any reason to like or dislike you at this moment.
I've done nothing wrong. They would not believe me.
What wouldn't they believe?
Years past, I was here, and I accidentally, I killed a deer in one of their sacred woods,
Mm.
and I didn't know it, and they brought me back shackled and told me never to return to any of their settlements, and I've been stranded here since. My people left me, and all I'm doing is living out a terrible, lonesome life up here. I've no way to get out, and if you take
We have-
me back to the village, they'll kill me or something. But I'm not a poacher. I never killed one of those.
We
Just
have
live.
a way off the island if you calm down. Do you want to leave? What is your name? We are not here to fight, and I'll put my spear down.
He eases up a little bit. I'm Kalizus.
Kalizis, nice to meet you. My name is Bu. This is Warith, and this is Mirwin.
What do you mean you have a way off the island?
We have a
We
ship.
arrived here on ship. Not but 3 days ago, 4 days ago now. We are traveling with a good crew. We are here on business. We have a way off of this island if you are calm with us.
I can't say that I'm not dying to leave this place, but how do I know I can trust you?
You don't know that you can trust us. It is true.
What other choice do you have? You'd rather take your chances surviving here in the wilderness, hoping the giants don't decide to just mangle you to bits.
Who other
Hide
than
from them.
giants have you seen in years and years and years?
No one. Just the giants. I can't. I don't know what. Are you going to take me back to them?
We will not take you back to
Would
the
you
giants.
vouch? Would you vouch for me if I cannot? I know not what to do.
Well,
What do you have
that
to
is up to
lose?
you. Would you like to just get away? A ghost in the night? Go back to our ship and we will provide you with passage off of this island? Or would you like to try to make amends with the giants? We are on your side.
He's put his bow down now, and looks like he's having this he's having it looks like he's having an argument inside his head. And he says, I want to leave, but I also I tried to get off on a good foot with the giants. I never meant to do anything to them, and it would mean something to me to clear my name and maybe, yeah, but I'm afraid what they would do if I can even trust you, if we if we were to go back to Hawaii, what what would you do? Would you protect me?
We would plead your case. Yeah. The giants, as far as we know, are very hospitable. Obviously, there's been some misunderstanding. We would try to make this thing right, but we also could lie and say that we didn't find anything out here. And you can go back to our ship and
But the giants trust you.
Well,
to a certain point. We are also strangers in this land, but we have not sinned as you have. You obviously have done something to make them mad, otherwise you'd not be living here in a cave and sneaking
I
around.
I did not know that it was a. I didn't know that it was a sacred wood. I just
I
was just
understand.
trying to eat.
We also don't know what sacred woods are here, so it's easy to make a mistake.
I mean, look around. You can see I'm not a poacher. I've got no trophies. No nothing that a poacher. All I've got is this small deer I've killed that I just wish to eat.
No,
I think your best bet is to go back to Hawaii, plead your case. We will vouch for you, but it's not a guarantee that they will believe us. We will explain what we've seen. You clearly are gaining no prize from hunting any of their game. I think
we
it's your
also
best option
have
at this point.
a cart that he could huddle down in, pull a blanket over himself, and go under the radar. There is no need to turn him over if we feel that they would do something wrong.
We
They would
might
do-
still come across the poacher.
No, there is no poacher. It's just this man.
We don't know that. There could
One
be
of them.
someone else. Have you ever seen anyone else out here?
There's no one else out here.
He gets up and out of his hole, and he hops down out of the cleft in the cave wall, and you see he's dressed in leathers. He's got his hunting bow and a couple of arrows, but around his shoulders is a completely white cloak that can encircle him completely to camouflage in snow.
And what did you say your name was again, friend?
My name is Kalesis.
Tweezus.
All right, Cleesus.
And you know, I have been wronged, and I want you. Now they're accusing me of poaching. I want you all to clear my name.
That is pride talking. Is this necessary?
He begins to look incensed and says, "Take me there. I will plead my case, and if."
I think this is the best thing for us all.
Yeah, okay. Kalesis, then it is this way. We have found you. You have requested that you plead your case in a friendly court, and we will provide you with a means off the island. We will not talk about how we offered you a sneaky way off. We are doing our diligence to get in good with the giants, since you are doing your thing here. Otherwise, we'd have just sneaked you off. But let's go.
Let us. Also, I had the bell. Are you all okay?
Oh, yeah.
They got hit by your log.
We
I
avoided your other two traps.
Well, that's good. Those are very bad traps. I have them for beasts and such if they find my lair. One time one time a saber-toothed snow leopard fell into my pit, and I would have died had it found me. So I
Mm.
tightened my security. Oh yeah, thank you for the idea.
Good job, James.
Freaking love it.
At least he didn't try to eat us.
The saber-toothed mountain lion or this dude,
No
Cletus?
leopard.
The saber-toothed snow leopard.
It's not Cletus. Cletus.
Cletus.
Cletus.
Please.
Yeah, Cletus.
Cletus. He. Okay. Without any trouble, you guys exit the cave again and find Brecken. And he turns about and says, "Oh, well then, have you found the poacher? Is this him?
We did not find a poacher.
I'm not a
Turns
poacher.
out he's not a poacher.
We found
Really?
this man. His name is Callistus. He has been outcast by the giants many years ago, and we are going to plead his case and then provide him passage off of the island if all goes well.
Is he truly not a poacher, or is he lying to you? I'm not
as far as
lying.
we know, not
He doesn't
a poacher.
seem to be a poacher from as far as we can tell.
I've never bothered anyone. I'm no poacher. All right, well, I didn't mean to offend or anything. It was just
Certainly doesn't have anything of value in there.
Callistus, we are on your side. Please, don't snap at us like you are. Back one notch.
I'm just
Listen to the beardy goat face.
frustrated. Just a bit frustrated is all.
I shaved.
Ah,
meant to.
You look like a baby.
Baby face, James.
Oh, I did your baby face.
You
The
set off.
masks at work were getting too much.
They set off, or you set off in the direction whence you came, and back onto that clearish path, and back to nightfall again, and you're able to find the same place, that nice little gully. So that when the day ends, you are there. Yeah, there
Not
you go.
working. It's not working. Look at the left side of it.
The right side.
It's your because of
It's
your
on our
feet.
left. Because of my feet.
Yes, your feet are messing with the coffee table.
So you bed down there for the evening. Brecken gets a fire going.